Hey, welcome to this week's episode of the Mike Will Do podcast. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you giving me this 10, 15 minutes a week. I appreciate everybody's been sharing with their friends, family, because it looks like there's been an uptick. Again, I don't really track my downloads. I know it's weird. I get pitched by podcast people all the time, like, let us help you. And I'm like, if people find my podcast, great. If they don't, it's fine. I just put it out to the universe. It's just something I love to do. I'll share it. And if somebody likes it, great. If not, it is what it is. But I've seen a little bit of uptick. And I think a lot of it is just because, again, there's so many great podcasts out there, but some really want you to commit like hours to listen to them. And a lot of people, I know I don't have hours to. So again, thank you so much for those people who've been sharing my podcast. Thank you so much. And look, the holiday season is here. It's upon us. And I'm sure a lot of you are stressed, but I'm sure also, some of you might be just taking an opportunity to spend time with family and reflect and really, really dig into that gratitude. But today I want to talk about something that really is just driving me a little bit crazy. I've talked about this before in the past when I did a podcast kind of on the humble brag, right? But I really want to talk about how we need to do better as a society. Because there was this, my brother actually, him and I were talking about this the other day. My brother actually came, says to me, he goes, yeah, well, because most people don't realize nowadays character is built in the dark. Now, I know it wasn't his, it's been said before by others, but he was so true. It's so true. Like, we have this whole lost art of quiet kindness, right? So let's just talk about this, like right now, because of the holiday season, right? The holiday season is often described as a time of giving. It's a season to reflect on what truly matters and extend kindness to those around us. It's a chance to step outside of ourselves, make meaningful connections, embody the spirit of generosity. But the thing is, in recent years, as much as the holidays offer an opportunities, for us for true acts of kindness, they've also become a stage for performative giving, right? And I think this season, we're really faced with an important question. Are we giving or doing these kind acts because it's the right thing to do or because we want to be seen doing it? And I think there's no better time than the holidays to reclaim the quiet power of selflessness. The kind of kindness, again, that builds that character in the dark. And that's what we're going to talk about. There's a particular irony in how we share acts of kindness today. It's not just about saying, look at this great thing I did, but rather, I didn't even want to tell anyone about this, but here's the story of how I helped someone. I mean, these humble brags often come with a veneer of modesty, right? They're still, seeking validations, likes, comments, and praise that reinforce a personal brand of generosity. It's as if we've conflated our need for communication with a need for recognition. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with sharing good deeds to inspire others, there's a thin line between inspiration and self-promotion. See, the thing is, the shift isn't just about social media, but I think a lot of it has come from social media because, right, we were able to hit a bigger audience. Like when I was growing up in the 80s, born in the 70s, growing up in the 80s, 90s, if you did something good, you can only probably tell the people that are around you, right? You couldn't really blast it out to the world. So most time you did it and just went on. If somebody saw it, they great. If not, whatever, went on. But again, the shift just isn't about social media. It's about how we view connection itself nowadays. See, true relationships require time. Sometimes they require vulnerability. And the kind of quiet investment that can't always be measured or shown off. But the thing is, we have traded that for reactions, for quick surface level interactions that come in the form of, again, these likes, comments, emojis, whatever it is, And the thing is, instead of building real bonds with people around us, we're building followings, right? Instead of getting those 5 or 6 or 10, if you're lucky, good friends, we're just too busy concerning ourselves with having 25,000 followers. 25,000 people who really aren't true connections. Instead of checking in on friends we have, we're scrolling through feeds. And instead of giving without expectations, we're giving with the hope of gaining something in return. Praise. Or maybe it's, sympathy if we want to share something that's really bad that happened to us. Or just a boost to our overall image. But real character, again, is built in the dark. It's built in the moments where we help someone, not because anyone is watching, because it's simply the right thing to do. It's in the times when we sacrifice our own comfort or resources without needing the acknowledgement of applause from others. True acts of kindness don't demand the spotlight. They leave no trail of hashtags or any, carefully crafted options. There's no perfectly framed video, right? You see this all the time. Look at this amazing good deed. And you're like, look at that fantastic lighting and a hell of a DP shooting that, right? But it's all sold in the image of, it just got caught on camera, right? But real kindness, again, there's no spotlight. Again, there's no trail of hashtags or anything to just be able to track it. There are the quiet gestures. Sometimes it's something simple as a listening ear. It's a helping hand. It's a thoughtful action that remains between you and the person it helps. We need to reclaim this connection. As much as technology has brought us closer in some ways, right? It's really, it's opened up the world to us. It's really up to us to ensure that it doesn't replace genuine connection, right? We are connected to our phones. We are connected to technology. And through this connection, sometimes it is actually disconnecting us from what matters. Humanity, human connection. So it's important that we don't let it replace genuine connection with people's. And that means challenging ourselves to act with intention and humility. Helping without sharing. The next time you feel compelled to do something kind, resist the urge to broadcast it. Let the act speak for itself. Invest in your real friendships. Take the time to deepen connection with people in your life. Call a friend instead of texting them. Meet someone in person instead of liking their post. Reach out to the people in your inner circle, not in your social circle out there. For some, it might be just redefine your success instead of chasing likes or followers. To me, true success is really impact. Focus on the impact you're having with the people closest to you. I think the holidays offer a perfect opportunity to change and maybe to lead by example, not by making a public display of giving, but by showing kindness where it matters most. In the quiet, unseen moments, buying that can of food and dropping it in the food pantry. I see this a lot where we're at, there's places where you can buy food and drop it off. Not, hey, everybody, I just dropped off a bunch of food over here. Maybe you want to do it too. There's a little gray area there because it actually would be nice to spread awareness about it. But you know what I'm saying here. It's a little gray area because you might want more people to do that. But you know what I'm saying? Just do stuff where it doesn't matter who sees it. Again, true character is not built in the comment section. It's built in the actions that don't need an audience. So this season, let's just focus less on the story we'll tell afterwards and more on the person in front of us or the people in front of us and the people who really matter most. Let's put the brand aside for a second, your own personal brand aside for a second. Let's return to the kind of giving that doesn't need validation. And in doing so, we may just rediscover what the holidays are and what connection is really all about. So as you go through this season of giving, this holiday season of giving, just ask yourself, is this for them or is it for me? The answer might just surprise you. And it might just help you reconnect what really, really matters. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're well. I'm not going to lie to you. Here in England, it's cloudy again. It's always cloudy. It's an island now, but it's funny because it's not a tropical island. But things are great. And we're here on the weekends coming up real quick. So I just want to say again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, I got nothing but love for you.